So earlier this year, we got Noah, and they kind of turned him into a warrior, and now we have Exodus turning Moses into a warrior. You know what? I can just see their next project now. To watch this get made. Before Jesus Christ was the Son of God, he was a soldier in the Roman legions. Watch that movie get made. What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, here to share with you my official movie review for Exodus, Gods of Kings. Now, this movie was directed by Ridley Scott, and it stars the very interesting cast of Christian Bale, Joel Edgerton, Sigourney Weaver, Adrian Paul, and Ben Kingsley. And this pretty much is an interpretation of the Exodus story. Now, for those of you that don't know and just want a quick gist of it, pretty much it revolves around the two main characters of Moses and Ramesses, who at this point in time are generals in Pharaoh's army. And after certain truths about Moses' past are exploited, Moses then finds himself exiled, and it is at that time that he is then contacted by God itself, and he's told that he needs to go back to Egypt and free the Hebrews, and if Pharaoh does not do what he says, then, well, so let's just say Egypt's going to have some very interesting weather. And that's really all I need to say for those of you who don't really know the Exodus story in general. Now, I'm going to say this. I did not think Exodus, Gods, and Kings was a bad film, but it is not at all a good film. I would say it's on borderline okay. And the reason being is that the main star of this film, it is not the performances, it is not the actors, it is the visual effects. And that is really the best thing you're going to get coming out of this film. The performances around the board are kind of nothing special. And from the two leads, you don't really get the sense that they're brothers. And that is probably one of the biggest gripes I have with this film, is that there is no emotional connection. I mean, they like to escalate and state that, you know, Moses and Ramesses, they're like brothers, but you never really get the sense that they ever were. I mean, you just kind of feel like they were old friends, and for whatever reason, Ramesses is a little bit jealous at Moses. And there's even one scene earlier on in the film where it looks like Ramesses is going to kill Moses. And that just felt completely out of place. And for those of you that felt a little bit sensitive about the whitewashing for the cast, I have to tell you guys that after seeing this film, I can understand why you were angry, and I support it, because I have to tell you, the rest of the supporting cast is completely wasted. There was no reason for a lot of these actors to be cast in the roles that they were. If you're going to make significant casting choices like this, then you need to prove to me why you felt it was a good idea for certain actors to be cast in these roles. Because I can tell you, Sigourney Weaver, Ben Kingsley, and Adrian Paul are completely wasted. I mean, combined, these actors have maybe less than 15 minutes of screen time together, and this is a 2.5-hour film, and they have maybe a couple of lines. And I have to say, Adrian Paul's character, you don't even get a name. And I had to look on IMDb to find out exactly who he was playing. And when I found who he was playing, I was a bit shocked that they kind of did not use such an important character more effectively. Now, that being said, one of the biggest gripes I think a lot of people are really going to be shocked about is the depiction of God. I was not expecting what they did with this character, and by the end of the day, they kind of made God seem like he was kind of not what you would have expected. I mean, he's a little bit more, quote, vengeful, and more of like what I would expect. I hate saying this. This is kind of what I would expect a young Satan to act like. If you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. I was not expecting what they did with the character of God. I was not expecting that at all, and I'm a little bit shocked. Now, that being said, I will say this. When the plagues start kicking off, that is really where the movie is at its strongest, because I gotta tell you, the visual effects department need to get a standing ovation, because they did the plagues magnificently. I mean, they made them not only really cool and badass looking, but effective. And I actually liked how the movie actually tried to kind of explain logically how the plagues were working and, you know, why certain things were happening. I thought that was really fun. Though I did think it was a little bit weird what happened at the end of the film with the parting of the Sea of Reeds, and how they kind of showed exactly how the landscape was a little bit drained instead of split down the middle. Now, in conclusion, as I said before, I don't think that this is a bad film. It's just not a good film. And if you choose not to see this in theaters, you are completely justified, because I would not suggest that you see this in theaters. If you really want a better interpretation of the Exodus story, just watch the Ten Commandments, or even better, watch The Prince of Egypt. You will get a much more stronger emotional connection that you will make you care about the story. And it is a lot better done in those films than it is done in this particular film. So I would suggest either avoid this film or just wait to see it on television, but I would not suggest that you see this in theaters unless you just want to check out the visual effects, which are magnificent. That being said, if I had to give this movie a rating, it would have to be a C-. Not really one of the best films I've seen this year, but certainly not the worst. And for that is my review for this particular film. And if you like this movie, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to track me in my future movie, video game reviews, and topic videos. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you next time.